What is good? What is good for the culture family? All right. We are live and ready to go. Gonna go ahead and send this out to the team. And then we're gonna hop right into the markets real quick. Very simple setups for today. We're gonna take a look at the news. I don't believe we have any news for today. We have Powell speaking tomorrow, so some high volume news that we can expect for tomorrow's market structure. Today we should be seeing a relatively normal market structure here coming into the market. So let me just send this out to the group. Let everybody know that we are in fact live today. Today's live stream. Today's yeah, we're just gonna do that. Easy, easy, forward. All right. OBS. All right. Let's take a look here at what we see happening on these beautiful charts here today. So taking a look at the gold markets, we're going to take a look at gold here first. We want to see what gold is doing. Absolutely ripping here today. We're going to remove these drawings. We're going to do this here, and we're going to dial this over. Okay, so gold is absolutely ripping today. Right, we see on this 4-hour time frame, this current 4-hour candle is just extremely bullish. We came into the markets opening up yesterday extremely bullish as well. We've seen that continuation, and now gold taking out this high here. We talked about how this could be the start of an impulsive move to break through the all-time high. We talked a little bit about it last week. You can see that the lower time frame is now confirming that gold is in a bullish market structure coming into this week. If we take a look here on our 15-minute time frame, you can just see price just remaining bullish. We had an impulsive move up, a corrective structure down, another impulsive move up. We just took out this larger time frame high, so we definitely want to see how gold reacts in this area at this 33.90 after we just taken out that high, because a possible corrective structure could begin to form, but expecting another impulsive move up for gold all in all. So inclined to buys coming into the markets today. The 4-hour candle is bullish. If we close and hold above this area of resistance, we could see like I said, a correction and then a continuation. I would look to target some of those larger time frame areas of interest here, like this 34. You can turn it off for me, my boy. You at this 34.10 level, 34.09, that's where I would look for price to target today coming into the market. So I'll be looking for that continued bullish move on gold. Let's take a look here at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq, not quite as much in terms of an interesting structure here. You can see we had that all-time high break last week. We've seen a corrective structure begin to form, and now we're starting to see a bullish continuation, or what appears to be a potential bullish continuation here. So if we take a look at the Nasdaq, we see on our 4-hour time frame, currently the 4-hour candle is in fact bearish. We're seeing some signs of rejection at this high here, which can be a indication of a possible lower time frame shift to come for price to continue pushing to the downside, or to begin to form a corrective structure. So what did we see happening here on our 15? We had a high, essentially a low, a higher high, higher low, higher high. Price didn't create a lower low or a higher high, so this still remains the key low, and then we broke through this area here. Now we see our, not only is our lower time frame shifting from creating higher highs to higher lows, but our 4-hour time frame is confirming it as well. We could potentially start to see a steeper move to the downside here for the Nasdaq. Now if we take a look on our lower time frame structure, this is a relatively slow move. It is a lower time frame shift, but it's kind of a slow move. We want some volume to hop into the markets before we look to take any positions here on the Nasdaq. In terms of a targets perspective, I would look for price to potentially break the previous or the current 4-hour candle low at 2370 levels. That's the best possible target. You see a correction and then price to break through that low. If we do see a lower time frame shift, or we do get an influx of volume here, at which we can look for a bullish move once we get a lower time frame shift. But as of right now, all signs point to price being bearish. We have this larger time frame resistance. The 4-hour time frame is bearish, and the lower time frame is confirming that the lower time frame has in fact shifted. So if we take a look here at US 30, you can see we were looking at this US 30 move last week, ended up taking a break even on that trade. What do we see happen? Well, price created another move to the downside, and then it had a lower time frame shift. I tell our members all the time, the only time we ever take losses or, generally break even trades is when price is just flat out reversing. So what we've seen happen is price flat out reverse. We had an impulsive leg up, a corrective structure back down, followed by an impulsive leg up. What do we see happening now? A corrective structure and possibly another impulsive leg. So I'm more inclined on the YM to price being bullish, even though on the 4-hour time frame, you can see on the 4-hour time frame, we previous 4-hour closed bullish. If this 4-hour candle closes bullish, anticipating a steeper move up for the next 4-hour candle. That's what I would want, but we need that lower time frame structure to confirm it. You can see here on the 1-hour, we have a beautiful retest. You can see we're just creating a beautiful structure of higher highs and higher lows. We had a high, corrective structure, high, corrective structure. I would be looking for buys, especially if we get a break of this previous 4-hour candle high, which is at that 44,679. Let's just say 44.80 level to be a nice solid hold number. 44.80 right there. Boom. You get that 44,680 level, not 44.80, 44,680 level to get broken. We're going to see a steeper bullish move to the upside. Looking for a possible, correction down and continuation. Target these larger time frame areas of interest up here. Absolutely beautiful market structure on the US 30, just not a ton of volume currently. So same thing with the ES here. The ES on the 4-hour time frame should in fact be bearish, rejecting off the all-time high. We've seen this move to break the all-time high last week. Members know that we were able to capitalize on this position. I actually closed my position right around here before the all-time high break, which happened around 3 o'clock. But we was ended up making like a 1 to 6 risk to reward. I think I made like 3.3K on one account, like 1.4 on another. An absolutely beautiful move. We had an impulsive leg, a corrective structure, what appears to be a potential impulsive leg to form again. And price, just rejecting off of this high here. That's not an indication that price is going to go and break through these lows, but it is indicating that price is, fighting and holding resistance at this level. If we see this all-time high get broken this week, anticipate just a continuation of this. Overall, I'm bull bias, but we could potentially see a corrective structure, form for today and in our session, as we don't have no high volume news expected to come out today. So we're just expecting, basic market structure and candle price action today for the S&P 500. So that was a crash course on what we were looking for today. In terms of what I'm actually going to be like capitalizing on, it'll be the gold. It'll be the gold, because gold just has a ton of volume, and we want to see a possible continuation with that volume or a reversal to begin to form, in which it would probably take a little bit longer. But we're going to be anticipating coming into the markets 4-hour candle close bullish, we get a retest, and then see a bullish continuation. So I will see you guys, for those of you in the VIP, I'll see you guys at 9:30. We will hop on live. We'll trade, and this is week 2 of turning a 100K funded account into $10,000 profit. Last week we ended up at like 1.3 on one account and like 2.2 on another. So building it up. We got 3 more weeks here to reach that target, and that's what we're looking to do. So I'll see you guys on for the session here later today. My nose is